it's not about practicing really hard to get good at this. It's smart.
Yeah.
Like, so instead of kind of before where you were working so hard from the arms and upper body, and kind of not really using our right leg at all, but just a lot of the left, now we're kind of taking the stress off the upper body, the lower body's helping us more. That actually allows your arms and club to go faster. So like that difference of being much more, 65, 64 miles per hour to 74.
Yeah.
That's not a small jump in terms of 10 miles per hour in that club movement.
Yeah.
That was great.
Yeah.
Great job.
Yeah,
like,
thank you.
Really good.
Thank you.
Really good.
I'm excited.
So
I keep joking that what happens when my content isn't relatable.
So how was this experience for you coming in? I was curious on what were your expectations for this today?
I've never taken, I was thinking about this before I came in. I don't think I've ever taken a lesson of any sort. So I wasn't really sure what to expect. I wasn't sure how coachable I would be, and I think that's why I've always been really hesitant to take a lesson. I don't really like being told what to do or I'm doing something wrong. But it was very informative. I like the steps to it of showing me, having me hit a bunch of shots first.
Yes.
That felt really warming me up to it, and just kind of being okay, you're just here to, you're just hitting golf balls. And then going through the numbers and then kind of pulling up the other videos was really helpful too.
Awesome.
Because I can watch my own swing over and over again, but it's not helpful when it comes to that.
Yeah, for sure. And I think, part of this process is just learning it's easy to look at your swing and be like, wow, there's so many things to look at. What to look at is normally the hard part, right? Whether we're watching a pro hit a golf ball or whether we're watching ourselves. And kind of the scary part is we can think we're still looking at the right thing, and if it's the wrong thing or the wrong way, now we're going down a place that's actually going to make us worse versus better. And so, so much of this for me is helping you to be your best coach. That's really, as much as anything, Mark and I, when we're working with people, when I have someone go play or they're playing good, and or if let's say they're having a bad day, if they can recognize, okay, I'm doing this wrong or I'm doing this right, that's why I'm hitting the ball the way I am. That means that the feedback and training and the way we talk about things is there for them to coach themselves into a better spot too.
I love knowing the why because it's I just want to know the whole picture of how I got from here to there, and you won't be golfing with me every time I golf. So.
That's right.
It's helpful to understand okay, this is what I did, so the next hole I'm fixing it, and I don't play 18 holes of terrible golf that day because I don't know what went wrong.
Yep. It's great.
Blame it on the course or
That's right.
my
That's right. So no, that was great. From what we did today, I'm curious even you I'm sure probably taking some time to think about how do you think kind of this type of structure or session, there's different things we do. Obviously this was very technical based in terms of what we did today. There's things where you start to feel more technically in a good place. We now create more challenges in terms of skill and okay, I can tell you I definitely have in mind the alignment of aiming left versus right and how to start testing you on that a little bit. I want to make sure we're hitting the golf ball relatively solid first before checking that.
Okay.
At the same time.
Yeah.
I think potentially just even this with the shoulders or those things, as you said, can play a huge role in what's going on too.
Yeah.
I think in general with the driver, Sam, I think you're hitting it right with the driver just because even as your swing gets better, it's very light. I think I think one, because of how light it is in technology, whenever it is you want to go forward on equipment, you're going to benefit so much.
Yeah.
Which is great.
Yeah, I'm excited.
So,
at least I'm not starting with the best equipment and then you're oh. I'm excited. I do best when I have constructive feedback. So saying your club, I was saying, that's never helpful to me. It's okay, well,
I agree.
What did I do
wrong? That's result. It's saying I lost a game. You're why'd you lose? No kidding.
Yeah. And then I practice shots and that. Sometimes I'm oh, this is so boring, and I feel I sometimes don't put as much effort into it. So it's something I know I need to do, but I also just hitting the ball.
Yes.
So getting that time to just use what I did instead of not.
Yes.
It's helpful for me too.
Yep. I mean, a phrase we'll use as much as any is, it's not about practicing really hard to get good at this. It's smart.
Yeah.
I tell people, even if we have 20 minutes a day, and even with a couple drills we talk about how to work on it, even if you're not hitting golf balls, if you just do that for 20 minutes a day the right way, that's way more valuable than just pounding golf ball after golf ball where there's no productive process in place.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm sure you've been to a driving range where you look up and down the driving range and everyone pounds golf balls for an hour and it's kind of like, anybody get better?
Yeah.
Got lucky on a
most
couple.
people
Got
are-
lucky on a couple.
Yeah.
And it's just, the people who get better go about it in a really specific process. And it's, as you said, just like I said you like data, it's kind of like in that same sense of going about the practice that way allows you to intentionally be like, okay, that was good because I did this. Okay, that wasn't good because I didn't do that.
Yeah.